Before I start this video, I want to pay a quick tribute to my cat, Tiny. This was completely unexpected, but recently she just died, this morning actually, so I want to make this quick tribute before starting the review of some of my favorite moments of the videos she was in. She wasn't in that much, but I found just enough for her to be in a brief compilation of her. I even made a video about her, telling a story about her. So yeah, I'm gonna make this quick tribute, and then we'll get on to the review. Also, skip to wherever this is if you don't want to see.
Tiny. Right here with me is Tiny, the kitty cat.
Are you with me, Morgana?
Hey, aren't you tired? Oh my god!
And welcome to a new series that I like to call Story of My Pets. Alright, starting off, I have my cat, Tiny. I know the movie I'm about to review has nothing to do with what just happened. Well, brief spoiler, it kind of does, because there's a scene. Well, I don't want to spoil it, but anyways, on to a review of a new Martin McDonough masterpiece, and I could not recommend this movie more. So yeah, here's the review. Hey guys, what is up? This is Matthew Davis, me once again. Welcome back to the movie review, aka After I Saw. I know, you're probably wondering, where am I right now? Well, I am at my brother's house, and I am in his basement. Why? Because I'm looking after my nephew, or helping looking after my nephew over the weekend. Like I mentioned before, I have a really big amount of plans this month, and of course, some of them involve, or a lot of them involve, reviewing new movies. So yeah, I'm in this position because my nephew's asleep right now, and I want to do this in a more quiet area so I don't wake him. I just really wanted to review this movie because I literally just went and saw it, and I really want to talk about it, and that's The Banshees of Inisherin. Now, in this film, we follow two guys played by Colin Farrell and Brendan Gleeson, as they were two very, very close friends, best friends even, although their friendship sort of ends kind of awkwardly, and from there, each of them, kind of face the consequences of their friendship ending, and pretty much one of them does a lot of really stupid stuff, while the other one is trying to question why exactly they had to end their friendship, because yeah, it's something that you really need to focus on throughout, because if you do, you're going to miss out on a lot of really, really entertaining scenes. This movie is directed by Martin McDonough, who directed Three Billboards Outside Ebbing, Missouri, which I thought was fantastic. I definitely felt Frances McDormand definitely deserved her Oscar for Best Actress, who she won another one when she starred in Nomadland. And I can say I thought this film was even better. In fact, I think this is by far his best work yet. This is a very moving and surprisingly very comedic film that I feel is worth the price of admission. It's not playing in many theaters right now, but when it does play in more theaters, then I highly recommend checking this film out, because there's a lot that this movie is going for. It's basically, going for like how friendships end, and how the friendship, like one of them never really wanted their friendship to end, because really the main guy in this movie was actually a really nice guy, but then one of them just wants to just end the friendship, and mainly for kind of a dumb reason. But that honestly brings more of the charm to the movie, because there's actually a bit more, and during that time he does some pretty weird things, and from there some really kind of disturbing things happen. Like, I mean, the movie's not like extremely violent or anything like that. There's no like guns or weapons in the movie. In fact, pretty much all the violence is mostly just punching people, pretty much, and that's rarely in the movie. But the movie is going for a more slow route. Like, it really focuses a lot more on characters and dialogue, and the dialogue is very entertaining and very well written here. Martin McDonough just really directed and wrote the hell out of this movie. Like, this movie is set in Irish time, and there's a lot of movies set in Ireland that I think work very well, like Sing Street. What else? The Irish Folklore Trilogy, the animated Irish Folklore Trilogy, Secret of Kells, Song of the Sea, Wolf Walkers. Wolf Walkers was my one of my favorites of 2020. That was my favorite animated film of 2020. And seeing another film set in the Irish setting just makes it all the more interesting. And it's set in just one location, and it looks absolutely stunning. The visuals and the sets, it never really changes. Like, there's not that many locations that they go to, just one person's house, another person's house, a bar. Like, there isn't that many locations set throughout the movie, like building wise. The main character also has kind of like a donkey and a sister who he cares for very deeply, but things happen later down that line where his relationships with them kind of get a little bit complicated, and you'll see why. Because if I go any further, it's going to get into spoiler territory, and I don't want that because I want you to go into this movie with a very open mind and not expecting a whole lot. Because the movie definitely focuses a lot more on dialogue and storyline than it is like it's not really an action film. It's more of a drama slash comedy. Like, there are definitely some times where some moments feel very chuckle worthy, and it's due to how comedic the dialogue is. And it's that good type of funny and not that ridiculously cringy type of funny. And I thought it had a really strong conclusion. And its runtime, it never felt boring. It felt like it was getting right to the point with what the whole movie is about. It goes from, of course, point A to point B to point C to what the whole movie is trying to tell us. And it's told spectacularly. And it's something that I just didn't really feel like was worth changing. There was not a single thing in the movie that I feel like could have done better because the acting's great, the storyline is great, the settings are great. It's just really hard for me to nitpick about this film. And it's a film that I think is just going to stick with me for a really long time. And 5 years after Three Billboards, it's great to see that the director hasn't even lost his touch. I feel like he's improved upon it. And in the end, guys, the Banshees of Inisherin is an absolute masterpiece that needs to be seen on the big screen. It has performances, a great storyline, one that you really need to focus on. Like, why exactly did their friendship end? It's actually kind of sad because, it seemed like he was a nice guy, but then, of course, that niceness kind of goes away a bit. I mean, he doesn't turn into a lunatic. I mean, he does get drunk a lot, but it's an Irish film. That's kind of what to be expected because, beer and Irish, that's basically where we got the whole drunk stuff from. It's a very moving film. It's an entertaining one. It's funny. It's dramatic. It's done in the best possible way. Martin McDonough has done it again. This is truly Oscar-worthy material right here. It is a masterpiece on every single level. It's one of my favorites of the years. It's a very strong contender for Film of the Year. And that's really hard because I absolutely loved Everything Everywhere All at Once. And Marcel the Shell with Shoes on was also incredible as well. But who knows? There's a lot of movies coming out. I feel like the best types of movies to come out during the years are usually during the end of the year. And this is definitely a great one to end off with. But of course, it's not the end because there's so many others. It's just it's just a shame. Some of the best films that come out this year or any years in general just happen at the end. But hey, they're saving the best for last, and this is one of the best films I've seen this year. I know footsteps up there, but some people are still. But it doesn't matter. The point is, it's an incredible film, and I enjoyed my time with this movie, and it is well worth the price of admission, and it's well worth every second of your life. I seriously can't find a single thing I didn't like about this movie. So, yeah, just go out and see it. Again, many more movies to come on this channel that I need to review. So, yeah, I don't really need to repeat myself. You pretty much know what I'm saying. Anyways, thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you guys later. Word out. And don't worry, it's going to be a much better setting next time. So, yeah, word out.